Once it was, once it was not. Maybe it never was. Maybe it still is. Listen well. Nagaya's frozen breath drifted through the obsidian chambers, and on a massive stasis bed of fading figures struggled to breathe. Alulim, once the founder of Earth Command, was covered in spreading gray lesions. The planet's curse had lodged itself deep within him, draining his life with a slow, merciless pull. He was not dead yet, but death waited beside him like an old companion. In this shadowed moment, Alalgar stepped into command. Everyone knew what Earth had become for the Anuborn, a beautiful execution chamber. Every descent through the portal shortened their lifespan. Every day spent on the planet gnawed at their biology. But Alalgar did not see doom. He saw a system that could be rebuilt. Prometheus was still bound to the cliffs of Zagros, punished for giving fire to humanity. Alalgar descended in the silver craft called Mulavanter, landing on the jagged rocks. A burst of radiant energy shattered the ancient chains. Prometheus raised his head, his eyes still carrying years of exile. Alalgar told him the only truth that mattered. Fire had not been given too early. It had been given into the wrong hands. Now it would be guided. Cain labored in the mines below Zagros. His exile had become a life sentence of metal and stone. Each strike of his hammer echoed with buried rage, and from that rage the first smith was born. Those who believed he had been wronged left their clans behind, and the first great human dispersal began. The population had already climbed past tens of thousands and kept rising. Far above, a crisis shook the jinn. Their pregnancies lasted 90 years, while humans reproduced in 20. Their survival was slipping through their fingers. Gigi broke the silence with a roar. They needed balance, and the blue serum was the answer. The serum slipped into the world through the simplest path, its water. Every drink, every wash, every breath near the river sharpened human cognition. Intelligence spread like fire. Prometheus returned to his work. Fire, tools, an early craft passed from clan to clan. Alalgar guided the settlements toward the caves where portals occasionally opened. To the AU, these were extraction point sites of metal, energy, and data. To humans, they were the glowing doors of unknown gods. Whenever an ANU officer stepped through a portal, the shock wave tore the air apart. Thunder rolled over the valleys. Humans saw the blinding ascent and believed the kings were climbing into the sky. In truth, they were simply returning to Nagaya. But the sky does not care for truth. It cares for symbols. Thus, the god kings were born in the human imagination. Sometimes the portals opened inside caves. Wanderers stepped too close and triggered the sensors. Lightning-like charges struck them down. The tribes believed the gods had punished them. Kneeling to the ground kept them beneath the detection line, and when they did, the caves spared them. Prostration became instinct, and the people painted their visions on stone walls. Halos of light, shadows of armor, the eagle and lion symbols shining like omens. Alalgar assigned a shepherding program to Dumuzi, placing him over the great herds that moved across the continents. His footsteps would later echo in the myths of shepherd gods. Yet even Alalgar was not untouched. A gray stain appeared on his neck, the same curse that dragged Alulim toward death. Nagaya's veil shimmered one day, and Enki's holographic voice filled the air. The general was told that the kingdom was his, that humans would labor in place of the Anu, and that as humanity rose, the old rulers would withdraw. That decree shaped the fate of Earth long before anyone realized it. With fire, mining, and serum-enhanced minds working together, humanity crossed an unseen threshold. Sounds turned into rhythm. Rhythm became memory. Memory stretched itself into the first strands of language. Every encounter with the luminous visitors became a story, and every story a new god. In one land, Prometheus became a oneness. In another, he was Enki. In the mountains, he was the Shining Man. On the shores, the Fish Father. Many names, one source. One evening, Alalgar stood at the mouth of a broken cave, the last glow of a fading portal reflecting on the stones. Prometheus walked in silence beside him. Cain's hammer rang from the distant mines. Dumuzi guided his herds across the horizon. Alalgar lifted his gaze toward the thin crack of sky. "This world is killing us," he murmured, "but our death will become its history." The portal opened once more, swallowing him in a column of light. Humans believed he had walked into the heavens. The Anu knew he had returned to Nagaya, carrying the quiet, growing wounds beneath his skin. But no myth remembers the sickness of its gods, only their ascent. The flame fades, but the myths never end. One bite, one myth.